Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&Chew Guy, and this is a standalone product. This is the review of Cool Lip. Cool Lip is, I think, snus. I think. Cool Lip is definitely, though, from India. So let's take a look at the packaging. It is a foil sealed pouch, bag maybe, if you want. It does have a barcode. It has global pack, more enjoyment. It has a packaged date as September of 2018 and an expiration date of February 2020. Down here, it has the net weight as 4.2 grams, and it denotes that there are inside this package 10 Tabaq pillows on the back. You have what I am guessing is Cool Lip in Hindi. And then as you can see here, it suggests that you pop it under your upper lip, wait a few minutes for a tingle, and then enjoy the true freshness of Tabaq. Now, it does have manufacturer's information, and I am not even going to try to pronounce it, and that is a little bit too small for this camera, so I wrote this up. Feel free at any time to pause. And that is that. So, as you saw, there was a website. I have not gone to that website. I did get this through MrSnuff.com as sort of a tongue-in-cheek buy, I'd put it. I'm going to cut this open. Now, these pillows may be, the contents of them, white. I'm not sure yet. The pouch or pillow material is white, but the contents may be white too. This is a tobacco product. The main ingredient in this is tobacco. There are some other things added to it, such as sandalwood oil, clove extracts, to name a few. But it is a tobacco product. This is not some sort of tobacco alternative. I'm trying to get these pillows down away from the top here. I'm going to cut this because I would like to save this packaging. So I'm going to cut it with scissors. Although, to tell you the truth, I'm not quite sure which box to put this packaging in, but now, originally, I thought this was going to be something mint-y, but now, after reading a quick excerpt right before I started recording, I'm thinking maybe that's not the case. It's sort of mini, but it's sort of not. It's, God, I don't know why I keep going back for more. It's not bad. It just sort of affects the eyes a little bit. It's different. There's something mint ish there, but there's something else. There's a lot else going on besides mint. There's a whole bunch going on here. There might, maybe it's the sandalwood oil. You know what it sort of smells like? Well, I don't know. I haven't smelled it for a very long time because, as you can probably guess, I go to great lengths to avoid hippies. But for some reason, it sort of reminds me of patchouli. Yeah, that might not be a good thing. Anyway, I'm going to show you in there before I pull one out. They're pretty small, but this is an Indian product, and India is known, if for nothing else, when it comes to tobacco, for having products with somewhat ridiculous nicotine contents. So that is the product. It is smaller than a Skull Bandit. And let me try to get... Let me just put that down there for a second. I'll get a Timberwolf pouch out here and do a side-by-side. It's pretty small. Now, they are saying, as you probably were able to make out on the packaging, that this goes under the upper lip, and that is the main, if not only, reason I am thinking, before opening the packaging, that this is supposed to be snus. That said, now that I have opened the package, it reminds me of a snus portion. It is dry to the touch, but there feels like the tobacco inside does have a moisture content. It is somewhat pillowy. The tobacco inside would appear to be brown. Okay, so I'm going to throw this in, and I'm going to hit the pause button, and then I will be back. Wow, that I don't know what. It's not a bad smell, but it's like, okay. I'm just doing one because I wait a few minutes for a tingle. I already got that. Now what? I'll be back in a second. Okay, and I am back. Okay, first off, it has a nicotine content. I'm not saying that it is as high as that Blue Siberia I reviewed, but it is there. It is definitely there. There is an initial immediate burn. The burn spreads out along your gum, and at one point it almost felt like my teeth were pulsing. So the nicotine's there. Now, I don't know if it's going to keep getting stronger, and that's my problem with some of the dry nasal snuff I do. It has a pretty high nicotine content, but your body takes it a different way. It's an initial hit, but then it subsides soon after. Stuff like this, like the Siberia, well, I don't know about this yet, but the Siberia, it just kept building and building and building until finally I got it out of my mouth because I wasn't quite sure where it was going. So I am spitting too, although you very well may not have to. I don't think swallowing byproduct of this will make you sick because of the tobacco, but there is a bunch of other stuff in this, like cloves, sandalwood oil. I think there's cinnamon, which would be fine, but I like swallowing byproduct of sandalwood oil. That just doesn't sound like a good idea to me. It's not creating a great amount of juice. It's acting like a snus product. It's acting right in line with that, but I am spitting when I feel the need to. So it's Flavor-wise, it's sort of it's a mix of things. You can tell there's something clove going on, and depending on what the cloves are, that's probably the minty aspect. There is some cinnamon going on. It's not up front. In fact, I could use it being a little bit more up front, but it's not. There is and that's probably where a lot of the floral type stuff, there's a woodiness to it, and I'm guessing that is the sandalwood oil. Yeah, it's got a lot of nicotine. Yeah, okay. So flavor-wise, it's okay. Nicotine content, if that's what you're after, it's definitely there. It's pretty cheap. I mean, you have to order from Mr. Snuff, and it's at least $10 shipping and handling because it goes by Royal Air Mail from... Actually, it's not in England. Mr. Snuff is actually in the Isle of Man, which is a dependency in the Irish Sea. It's a island. It's the island where all the motorcycle people go because it doesn't have a speed limit. Okay? It's a fairly good-sized island right in the Irish Sea in between the United Kingdom and Ireland. It's not a bad product. Coming out of India, actually, this is the second Indian product I've done. I did that dry snuff, and that was pretty good, too. They have a higher standard than I thought they would with the production of their products. This is put together well. I mean, having that writing on the back of it makes you stand back for a second. But really, I mean, it's good packaging. I cut it. The package was completely sealed. The stuff is good for quite a while. I mean, it was packed in this past September and it's good until next February. So it's over a year. You could have it sitting around, put it in your fridge. I mean, nicotine hit is good. Flavor is taking a little while to build, but as I said, it's a mix of a whole bunch of things. Not necessarily bad, but being from North America, very different. And I think it would be probably pretty different to most Europeans as well. So, nothing wrong with it. Not quite my thing, nicotine-wise. It's still building now. And I can't get over the smell. And it's not a bad smell, but it's very incense-ish, patchouli-ish. And it's not bad, but, well, it's not bad unless you were stuck in a room smelling it and couldn't get away. But, I mean, it's all right. It's just very, very different from anything you would expect out of a smokeless tobacco product. But these differences are why I got it. So, I mean, not something I'd buy again, but I'm glad I bought it. And as I said, or as I was starting to say and then got sidetracked, it's pretty cheap. You get 10 of these pillows. You only need one at a time. Okay, you're not going to need more than one. So, I think it was $3.80, maybe, something like that. Yeah, I mean, the packaging has to be cut open, and now I guess I have to clamp it if I want to keep it, somewhat sealed. But packets like this for products in Asia, tobacco and otherwise, are pretty common. So, I mean, that part really didn't surprise me. The smell surprised me. Nicotine, I was waiting for something. It's pretty up there, but I was sort of half expecting that part. So, really, I don't know. If you're putting an order into MrSnuff.com anyway, you may want to give it a try. I mean, I think if you're looking for a nicotine hit and you're at work, for like when you're at work or whatnot, 10 of these, you'll only need one at a time. You don't need to double this up. So, and you probably don't need to spit. You really, I'm not so sure about that sandalwood oil part. That's why I'm spitting. The product itself, the pouches are put together. They're uniform. I took them out at the break. They're well put together. They're better together than those Renegades of the last review yesterday or the day before. Okay, so yeah, it's it's from India, but it's put together well. Overall, it's put together well. They put effort into it. So although it's not something I'd buy again, I'm gonna have to say it would be worth it at $3.80. All right, and it's different. It's an experience. I mean, that's really all I have to say. It tastes all right. It smells all right. Very different taste. Very, very different smell. Nicotine is up there, and it's reasonably priced. I think. I think it's reasonably priced. So, if you're ever on MrSnuff.com and you're paying the $10 shipping and handling anyway, you may want to check this out. It is under you go to Nasal Snuff, and then when it drops all the flags down, you go to the Indian one, and then Tejram Dharam Paul is one of the Indian companies listed, and it is the only product, thus the standalone. Anyway, I am the Suit&Tie Dip and Chew Guy. This has been the Cool Lip Indian, I'm going to call it snooze review. I'd like to say hello and thank you to Nikki T. You were the only notification I got. Thank you. A couple of people popped up in my comment sections. One I know I've never heard from before. So Uniform 33, I thank you. Dave Burnell, I thank you. And Kevin Smith, again, I thank you. Hello, guys. Do check out Berg's Dip Reviews, Winnington Outdoors, Dirty Pat Walsh, Wayside Lee, 83, Real Talk Studios, No Bluff Buff, and SnoozeFreak.com, the channel on YouTube. I hope everyone is well. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.